It's Friday, January 3rd, 2020. I must say that the new year of 2020 is starting out with a bang, as this president has now taken out the second most powerful man in Iran. As I sit here in the beautiful desert of Palm Desert here in Southern California on this beautiful sunny afternoon, I have to think about what just took place this morning. Are we going to be entering a war now with Iran? Are there going to be repercussions here in America? Please comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts on this. Are we going to be entering now a war in the Middle East? And do you think there are going to be repercussions here in America? We know, we've known for many years, due to our lack of border security, that many cells have made it over the border into America. And they're saying now that they are going to retaliate. We have a high alert now in New York and right out here in Los Angeles, 2 hours from where I'm speaking to you from. Los Angeles City and the police departments out there are on high alert. And so we talk so much about preparations and things coming to America. As you know, I believe 2020 is going to be an extremely turbulent, chaotic year. Is this the beginning? Stock market definitely felt a little bit of the repercussions of what happened, but we know what's going to happen. The military-industrial complex, oil, all of this is going to drive the stock market higher. Gold today is surging, silver up, and so there is uncertainty now back into the thoughts of many Americans. Are we heading into war? Are we heading into an economic collapse? All of this geopolitical, social, and financial uncertainty is telling you and I to continue our preparations. This is no time to let off the gas pedal. Things are going to be happening very, very quickly, I believe, in 2020. Even though it started out with the market, Dow Jones up 330 points yesterday. Again, everybody drinking the Kool-Aid, but how quickly things can change. Just imagine if an event takes place here in America, some type of retaliation, what that could do to the markets instantly. This is why I reiterate on a daily basis why you must continue preparations, because there are so many black swans out there. There are so many unlit bombs out there. You must be preparing on a daily basis. Let's prepare and let's pray to God nothing happens. We don't want to see things escalate any more than they already have. But if they do, you need to be prepared. Just reading some of the things happening today, aside from what took place this morning. This is on Zero Hedge. Pullback in hiring. U.S. manufacturing PMI disappoints as hoped for rebound falters. So not good news for the economy. We get more bad news. ISM manufacturing survey crashes to lowest since June of 2019. We look at the December numbers here. Production fell to 43.2 versus the previous 49.1. New orders fell to 46.8 versus 47.2. Employment fell to 45.1 versus 46.6. And customer inventories fell to 41.1 versus the previous 45. Prices paid did rise to 51.7 versus 46.7. So things happening. Also on Zero Hedge, heavy-duty truck, used heavy-duty truck prices collapse as much as 50% as ugly outlook continues. So the truck market continues to head deeper and deeper into a depression. Used heavy truck prices are collapsing, and that's a telltale sign of where this economy is. Another article here, helicopter money is here, how the Fed monetized billions in debt just sold days earlier. Yet they're telling you everything is okay. Here's another one. Subprime will be back with a vengeance in 2020. Of course it will, because they're going to continue not to just prop up the stock market, they have to continue to prop up the housing market. So they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that everybody has the ability and resources to buy a house. We're just witnessing a repeat of everything that we witnessed take place in 2008. It's history repeating itself. It's not rhyming, it is repeating. So just think, we now face the potential of some really bad things here in America. Now we have high alerts in some of our biggest cities in America. We know that an economic collapse is looming. Just think, if we were to take retaliation and suffer an economic collapse at the same time, what that would do to most Americans' lives. They would change instantly overnight. Could you imagine if we were under attack by these cells that are roaming the streets of America right now? If just say a sporting event, something happened there, a coffee house, a shopping mall, a resort, anything, these people are brutal. And just think that what that would do to the economy, that would light the fuse to this collapse. Something like that would be a black swan. And events could happen overnight. And so these are things that we have to be aware that these are possibilities. I've noticed that people think, when we talk about a collapse, they think that these things happen overnight. One thing we need to know that most people don't believe is that a collapse is very possible. No matter what sets it off, these things literally don't start overnight. They've been in the making for years. The collapse of an empire does not happen overnight. It's a process. And if you look at the Roman Empire, it's a perfect example of how an empire fell over many, many years. We look at the Great Depression. We look at what transpired in 2008. These events did not happen overnight. They took years to build up before they imploded. For the average person, I'll read in the comments, I'll talk to people, and they just believe that since nothing's happened now in 12 years, nothing is ever going to happen. And what they don't understand, and this is typically the average person, they believe that a decade is a long time. But when you look at globalists or you look at elites in the banking sector, 10 or 12 years is a blink of the eye. We are now 12 years in to this fraudulent Ponzi scheme. The stock market, the boosted economy, all the artificial injecting, the money printing, the quantitative easing. The danger signs are signaling everywhere, yet people continue to ignore them. People ignored the warnings before the Great Depression. They ignored the warnings before 2008. And it's just shocking how people woke up one day and just couldn't believe what had happened when they were being warned for so long. People are being fooled by the illusion of prosperity, by rigging economic data to the upside. Again, we turn on the TV, the stock market's up, we're at all-time highs. Everybody is drinking the Kool-Aid. The business analysts on CNBC, Fox Business, all over the media are just telling the people of America that everything is good. The economy's healthy, the consumer is healthy, and I'm here to tell you they are lying to you. They're ignoring the warning signs that are all around them. But remember, these people on television, these are prostitutes. They're paid to deliver this message, okay? They work for, typically, most of these people work for the elites. They're getting paid to sell the propaganda. Many people are ignoring the warning that is taking place right now. And what I find is typically these people who are ignoring the warning signs are the same people who are living paycheck to paycheck. These are the same people with no savings. These are the same people with no health care. These are the same people with massive debt. These are the same people living on credit cards, working 2 to 3 jobs, who tell me everything is good. This is how brainwashed the average American is. This is how conditioned the average American is today. I truly believe that we are now living in the beginning stages of this crash. And what is so shocking is how so many people are ignoring the signs. Millions of Americans are ignoring the warning signs. And millions of people are ignoring the truth because they put a political party in front of the truth. And no matter if you're on the right or the left, we must hold people accountable. And too many times, people don't care about the truth because they put their political party in front of the truth. Also, I want to mention this. The biggest wealth transfer in the history of the planet is going to take place, and we're going to be here to witness it. The biggest wealth transfer is coming to America, and it will be done by a controlled, let me repeat, this will not be an accident. This is going to be a controlled demolition of the financial systems. The banks are not going to take the blame for this. They are going to blame the president for this implosion that they worked on for over a decade. Most of you watching this video already know that there is something very wrong going on, that there's something extremely concerning about this so-called booming economy. You know this because you're watching the warning signs. Warning signs such as declines in manufacturing, declines in US freight, declines in global exports and imports, all-time highs in consumer debt, all-time highs in corporate debt, all-time highs in national debt. All this is just being shrugged off and rationalized as if it's just a hiccup in the otherwise booming, so-called booming US economy. And let's not forget the Fed's repo purchases. They're barely keeping up with the liquidity demand right now with our corporations and our banks. So these are massive indicators, canaries in the coal mine, warning signs that something is going to happen. And when that is, nobody knows. It's going to happen when it happens, but I think common sense tells you, as long as we continue doing what we're doing, this is going to head right into a massive financial collapse. Nothing good is going to come of what we're doing. The question is now, does the crash happen before the 2020 election, or is the crash going to happen after the 2020 election? And remember, we know the scapegoat is going to be this president, but the question is, again, does America buy it? Remember. So I want to leave you with this today. Crashes are inevitable, but collapse is only possible when the public, that being you and I, when the public is unprepared. And I know most of you are prepared, most of you are preparing on a daily basis. And when I see what is happening as we begin this 2020, it motivates me to prepare even more, which I did. I bought more precious metals today. As we see silver around $18, gold around $1,550. This stuff is still on sale. Take the time, take the opportunity, take this calm in this storm as things are now starting to heat up a little bit. Take it as a buying opportunity and protect yourself. And on top of that, top off all your preps. We're living in the midst of an epic moment here in the United States. The fate of the US economy has now been sealed. And I want you to remember this. We do not have another decade to prepare, okay? This is not 2009, this is not 2010, okay? This is 2020. Things are speeding up. As I make this video, things are happening across the globe. There are threats on this country right now, politically, financially, and militarily. So make sure that you heed the warning. Take this video as a warning today to prepare mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. God bless you. God bless America. Make sure that you are praying for this country. Things are about to happen.